Saif-ud-din Qutuz, died 24th October 1260, was a Mamluk Sultan of Egypt. He reigned for less than a year, from 1259 until his assassination in 1260, but had been a powerful figure for much longer, serving as the real leader behind the throne for about 20 years. Born as a slave and brought to Egypt, Qutuz eventually rose to become Vice Sultan, the second in command. He played a key role in defeating the Seventh Crusade, which invaded Egypt in 1249-1250. In 1259, when the Mongols threatened Egypt, he took control of the military and removed the young and ineffective Sultan al-Mansur Ali, who was only 15 years old at the time. The Mongols, after conquering much of the Islamic world, were preparing to invade Egypt next. Qutuz led the Egyptian army north to face them. On 3rd September 1260, Qutuz's forces achieved a decisive victory over the Mongols at the Battle of Ain Jalut in Galilee. This battle is often seen as a major turning point in history, halting the Mongol advance into the heart of the Islamic world. Despite this victory, Qutuz was assassinated by a fellow Mamluk leader named Baibars during their return to Cairo. Although his reign was brief, Qutuz remains one of the most celebrated Mamluk sultans in Islamic history. His name, Qutuz, meaning vicious beast, reflects his fierce nature and the way he fought relentlessly in his early years as a slave warrior. Qutuz was originally a Turkic prince from Persia. He was captured by the Mongols during their conquest of the Khwarezmian Empire around 1231 and was taken to Damascus. There he was sold to an Egyptian slave merchant who later sold him to Aibak, the Mamluk Sultan in Cairo. Some sources suggest that Qutuz claimed descent from Ala ad-Din Muhammad II, a ruler of the Khwarezmian Empire. Qutuz quickly rose through the ranks, becoming the most prominent member of the Mu'izi Mamluks under Sultan Aibak. The Battle of Ain Jalut, 3rd of September 1260. The Mongols and the Mamluks met at the Battle of Ain Jalut, a small plain located in the region of Galilee, modern-day Israel, near the borders of Egypt. The battle took place on September 3rd, 1260, and it would turn out to be one of the most significant and pivotal engagements in Islamic history. Qutuz knew the Mongols were formidable opponents, but he also understood their weaknesses. The Mongol army relied heavily on speed and surprise, and Qutuz sought to neutralize this advantage by drawing the Mongols into a more conventional battle where their cavalry could not dominate. He chose the battlefield carefully, using the terrain to limit the effectiveness of the Mongol cavalry. On the day of the battle, Qutuz in it, Ali feigned a retreat, drawing the Mongols deeper into the desert. Once the Mongols were committed, the Mamluks suddenly turned on them. Qutuz's forces launched a surprise counterattack, using their cavalry and heavy infantry to break the Mongol lines. The Mamluks, with their superior discipline, fighting spirit, and knowledge of desert warfare, inflicted heavy losses on the Mongols. The battle turned decisively in favor of the Mamluks, when Qutuz himself led a personal charge into the heart of the Mongol forces, striking fear into their ranks. The Mongols, who had previously been invincible on the battlefield, were caught off guard and were forced into retreat. The Mamluks pursued the Mongols relentlessly. The Mongol commander was captured and killed. The Battle of Ain Jalut was a monumental victory for Qutuz and the Mamluks. It marked the first significant defeat of the Mongols in the Islamic world, halting their westward expansion and preventing them from conquering Egypt. The Mongols were never able to recover from this loss, and it shifted the balance of power in the region. Despite his remarkable victory, Qutuz's reign would be short-lived. On the return journey to Cairo after the battle, he was assassinated by a fellow Mamluk leader. Qutuz's leadership in the fight against the Mongols at Ain Jalut secured his place as one of the most important figures in Islamic history. While his reign was brief, his courage, military genius, and unwavering commitment to defending Egypt from the Mongol threat remain key highlights of his legacy. His victory at Ain Jalut was not only a military triumph, but also a symbol of the resilience of the Islamic world against foreign invasions.